Hello, good morning. It is Friday Groove Day, and it is time for coffee chat. So I'm just going to hang out here for a second and see if anyone jumps on, and then we'll get started. I'm really tired today, so I think this makes 2 Fridays in a row that I've just been a little out of it, but we will get through this. So, in a good way. I hope everyone's doing well and that they had a good week. And I hope you had a chance to tune in on Wednesday for this Wednesday. I had my brother, Henry Fields, as my special guest. And it was really a good conversation. It was so good to have him on. So if you didn't get a chance to check it out, be sure to look at the video from Wednesday and thumbs up if you enjoyed the conversation. So, before we even get started, I need to have my coffee because I really need it this morning. So here's to you. Oh, I needed that so much. Okay. Uh, Before I get started with my reading, I just want to explain a little bit how I utilize oracle cards. For me, it's when I use the cards and pull the messages, it's a channeled message that will come through of what I should say. So it's not just necessarily me, saying all these different things. I get message directly from spirit, and this is what is being delivered to you. So now that we got that straightened out, I'm going to go ahead and get started here. Um, so I really do love using my contemplation cards. That kind of sets the ground, if you will, of what we should. Hey, T-Barb, how are you? I'm a little tired this morning, but I had an event yesterday, so that made me a little sleepy. Okay. Opportunity. Okay, so the cards we got here. Yeah, thanks, T-Barb. It's been a long week. This was a very, very challenging week, but I have to say there were moments where I thought I just wanted to scream. But when I'm in these type of situations, when things feel really rough, I always try to find that silver lining of what really did work out in my best interest. And there was a lot of good things that happened, but because of all the energy that it took just to get through these obstacles, it kind of drained the battery. So I need to get some more rest, a lot of rest this weekend. All right, the cards that we got are awareness, honesty, respect, community, and opportunity. Community was a word that we got last week too. And being that tomorrow is a full moon in Virgo, I thought it would be best to use the moonology cards. Pull one more. Oops, that's too many trying to come out. Okay. So I said tomorrow's a full moon in Virgo, but today we got the new moon in Virgo. And this says a time to give rather than take. And then we got the new moon in Capricorn, which is your hard work is paying off. So let me just sit here for a second and see what message comes through here. Okay. Mm. Okay, so uh, when we are aware of what's going on in our lives, hi, A lady, welcome. Thank you for joining. When we're aware of what's going on in our lives, we being aware. This is where honesty comes into being aware of what's going on, being mindful of everything that you do, being honest with yourself. This also pertains to you, being aware and honest of what's going on with you. This is stepping into your authenticity. This is a time right here to give rather than take. A lot of times, um, but also I'm being told that it's good to give, but not where you're giving so much of yourself to the point that you're overstepping your boundaries. Excuse me, where you're overstepping your boundaries and draining your battery. Hello, prime example right now. So be there. There's a balance here. So be mindful of that balance of be aware and be honest. It is good to give, and when you're giving to others, it's because you want to give. Don't give with the expectation to receive something. A lot of times, some people feel that, oh, I did this for that person, and I did that, and they didn't do anything for me. Well, it's not about that. It's about being of service to others, helping others with no expectations of receiving anything. And when you get into that mindset and that flow, trust that it does. The abundance will come back to you. It might be something very little to sometimes very big things, but that abundance is flowing. But don't allow yourself to give just to receive. And respect the process. Respect yourself, respect others, everything around you, and trust in everything that you're putting out there. This is, again, a good time to have community. Surround yourself with people that are there for you and protecting you, those people that uplift you. And just know that when you do all of this, your hard work will pay off. This is a really good opportunity for you allow that hard work to come into play. You'll see the payoffs. So as I said, as you give and as you put out to others, being mindful of your boundaries, um, it will pay off. It may be something very small, it may be something big, but without having that expectation, just know that the universe, spirit, God, that has your back. You are loved, you are protected, and it will come back to you. So that is the message there. Sorry, guys, my froggy throat. All right, let's do another one here. I hope everyone is doing good. All right. Okay. We have knowledge. We have communication and purpose. This video stuff here. Yeah, you know what it is too, T-Barb? My full-time job, I have Zoom meetings all the time. So I have at least 2 meetings a day. And then on top of that, I might get some other random meeting that comes up. So between all of that, then this past week, my full-time job, I'm an event manager. But everything, of course, now is being done on Zoom. So this week I had 2 events that I had to do as well. So between those meetings, the events, and the other night I had the Wellness Wednesday with my brother on, and then this morning, yeah, the this can wear you out. Definitely wear you out. Okay, well, we got opportunity again. So there's opportunity and action. Oh, I like that. I think I'm going to pull from the moon deck again. Hmm. Okay. We received we got two Scorpio cards, the full moon and the new moon in Scorpio. So we have it's time to release negativity and work through your fears. Okay. Hmm. It's interesting because when I'm tired, it's the messages are coming through a little slower today. I'm just kind of like, okay. So what's coming through is that um, again, this is all on being mindfulness, being aware of yourself, having the knowledge of not only what's going on with you, but just everything that's around you. It's just the word mindful just keeps coming through. Be mindful, be mindful. And doing when you're aware and you're being mindful, this is when you're working through your fears, working for things that come up for you, being able to release that negativity that you might be experiencing. A lot of times we hold these things in and we're not allowing ourselves to process and allow it to go. So, or to release. This is where meditation is so important. I know some people don't really like to meditate, but it's a great way of just being and allowing messages. This is a great way of channeling as well and connecting with spirit and connecting into your body so you can receive that knowledge. And it's a great opportunity. Really dive into that opportunity. That's your sacred time. That's the time that you can figure out what's happening, use tools and everything else that you've learned along the way to be able to release. So, working through your fears, releasing that negativity, opening the lines of communication between yourself and spirit, yourself, God, universe, opening up those lines of communication, having a purpose, knowing what that purpose is. This is now the time to take action. Taking action because tomorrow we're in a full moon and full moons are all about releasing. So here we have the full moon in Scorpio, so releasing that negativity. There's many different ways that you can participate in the full moon. You don't have to have a grand type of ceremony, but just keeping it simple. The simplest thing, which I've shared before, is just writing down all of your things that you want to release. Write them down. You can meditate on that, just seeing yourself being free of all those negative things that are coming up in your life. And then for myself, I like to burn it because I just really want to release it. And then you can, I put the ashes in my plants, or you can take it outside and put it in, or actually, I'm sorry, no, that's for new moon. New moon is to create that growth. So no, I actually dispose of it. I dump it in the garbage disposal. But whatever feels right for you. There is no right or wrong to what you do. If you just want to burn it, and that's fine. Or you can put it in water. Everyone has their different ways of doing things. Or you can just write it, tear it up, throw it out. The point is, when you put that pen to the paper, it's a powerful statement that you're connecting, releasing what it is that you want to release. So take that action, some type of action to help yourself release this negativity, work through your fears. A lot of times these are the type of things that will hold us back. Our fears can hold us back and keep us in this stuck pattern. So work on releasing that. Okay. So then you go out tomorrow night and absorb that moonlight, release the bad stuff. Can definitely tell how tired you are. You look beautiful though. How do you do that? Oh, thank you. That's sweet. Um, you know what? I just put on a little lip gloss and we call it a day. So Yeah, you can see I'm struggling a little bit this morning, but it's all good. It's Friday. Friday makes it that much better. Okay. Let's see here. I'm going to do one more. Oh, thanks, T-Bird. Hey, Ronald, how are you? Thanks for jumping on. I'm a little out of it today, so I am struggling a little bit, but messages are coming through, so it's all good. I had an event yesterday and it wiped me out. Okay, let's see. Let me pull a couple more. Okay. So the words that we received are connections, flexibility, perspective, clarity, and love. Okay. I'm feeling a little something different here. Let's see. Whoops. Okay, that was a bunch. Try that again. Oops. All right, these cards are just jumping all over the place. Okay. So we have reunion of souls, and we have ascension. Okay. All right, so the message that's coming through is this is all about your spirituality, and again, the word connections come up. This is about connecting with the spirit, your higher self, God, universe, creating that connection. And this, as you begin to connect and open up, that brings more clarity into your life. You get better perspective, that clarity and perspective. And as you begin to dive deeper into your spirituality, I think the word flexibility here that's coming up is allowing yourself to be a little bit more flexible. We see things in our own timing. And we a lot of times think, well, why isn't this happening? Or why haven't I gotten this further? And not paying attention to the fact that there's a thing called divine timing. Things happen when they are supposed to happen. Be flexible in that. Allow yourself to open up, have a different perspective. Trust and believe in the process of what you're going through. And this is where I'm not getting very clear with the reunion of souls, but this has something to do with your in your spirituality and connecting with yourself, your higher self. Um, there's work to be done as far as you connecting. When you're connecting with yourself and your higher self, there's this kind of a reunion within yourself. So, reunion with spirit, allowing yourself to be flexible and open to all of that. As you begin to grow in your spiritual growth, ascension begins to happen. You're on that path of ascension and having a lot of love in this process. being open to love, loving yourself. Ancestors there. Thank you, T-Bar. Yes. Thank you. Yes. Opening up. So not only your ancestors, but your spirit guides, angels, whoever is your tribe, your spiritual tribe, I like to say. Having that connection with your ancestors, it's very important just to honor our ancestors, where we've come, the path that they have traveled, and bring in, a lot of times when I'm doing work and helping others, I like to call in not only my own spirit guides, but also that person that I'm working with, bringing in their spirit guides as well. So getting very connected, again, the word connections, connecting with your spiritual tribe. All right, this will help you bring in more clarity, having that love for yourself, the love for your spiritual tribe, and putting yourself on that path for ascension. So yeah, it's a really beautiful message right there. All right. I'm starting to wake up here, so I think I'll do one more. Oh, I need a cup of those of coffee today. While you're on, don't forget to hit that like button. Okay. All right. Get one more. Okay. We have support, and we have focus. We have kindness, forgiveness, and trust. All right, and go back to the moon deck. So, yeah, I got two cards here. Okay, they're stuck together. How funny. Hey, Tuta Speaks. Welcome. Good morning. Time for healing. We have the balsamic moon and a full moon in Aries. We got a lot of full moons today, which is great for our full moon tomorrow. A fiery climax approaches. Okay. So as I mentioned, with it being a full moon tomorrow, the full moon in Virgo, full moons again are for releasing. This is a great time to take place, for healing to take place. And as you're healing, always have forgiveness for yourself. A lot of times we're looking at about forgiving others, which is important, because ultimately forgiving others, that's for forgiving yourself. That helps to release anything that you have holding on to that other person. So ultimately that forgiveness is for you. But a lot of times we forget to forgive ourselves. And by forgiving ourselves, it's part of our healing process. Allow yourself to heal. Focus. Focus on your healing. Focus on yourself. Gain the support if you need it. And trust in yourself. Trust your intuition. The support also comes from spirit as well. And have a lot of kindness for yourself. Love and kindness. And as we go through our healing, we come out on the other side, that the fiery climax. Okay, as we dig deeper within ourselves, there's like what I'm hearing like peaks and valleys. So sometimes we feel climax, and then there's a decline, climax and decline. As I said, with spirituality, it's about divine timing, so it's never on our own timing. Just focus on your healing. Focus on being able to let go. Yes, as T. Barb says, this is how manifestation works. When you allow yourself to trust in your intuition, trust in what you're manifesting, trust in what you're putting back out there. A lady says, forgiving myself always a challenge, but I'm working on it. Good. It's so important. I have other videos where I go into talking about forgiveness. A lot of times people say, well, why do I need to forgive? And that person, just, you have no idea what that person has done to me. And I get it. I totally get it. But at the same time, by you not forgiving, you're just holding on to this grudge. You're holding on to all that muck, and that you just feel this animosity that builds up when you're not releasing it. So like I said, ultimately, you forgiving that individual, it allows you to open up for yourself. And there is this wonderful, I don't have it here near me, but maybe I'll bring it on Wellness Wednesday to talk about it. It's this beautiful thing that someone provided me of different steps of forgiving a person. And part of it was look at seeing them as they were once a child. They probably went through something. It was just all these different things that would help you change your perspective on looking at that other person. And once you're able to change that perspective, it just opens up to you have a little bit of empathy. And once you're able to into that, then it's like, okay, I can forgive this person. You don't have to forget, and that doesn't mean you have to be best buds with that person, but it allows you to release that for yourself. But a lady, work on the forgiveness for yourself, because we are our own hardest critics. And I'm guilty of it. There's been plenty of times that I would just tear myself down, and I got out of that pattern. It was a really horrible, ugly pattern that I would just completely belittle myself. Why'd you do that? That's so stupid. I can't believe you did that. Oh my God. And now I embrace my mistakes. And if I feel really bad about it, I say, it's okay. It's all right. I've learned a lesson in that. I got ripped off. I just want to share this story because it was really amazing. This past week, my daughter had issues with her car, and she had to take it to a mechanic. She's out of state at college. And the guy had told me it would be like $100 for a diagnostic. Well, come to find out later that I didn't know that if you took it to a AAA approved garage, that it doesn't cost you anything. And it's not this guy's fault. He's not a AAA garage. This is his cost. And so I was like, oh, great. Now that I find this information, now I'm out $100. Whatever. It's okay. Normally, I would have in the past, been like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you didn't find that out. How could you do that? But I forgave myself. I said, it's okay. It's okay. Now I know for the next time, and I'm just letting it go. Well, don't you know that the person felt bad, that it was a whole other story around it. The short end of the story is that he discounted it and only charged $60. So when we step into that place of forgiving ourselves and allowing ourselves just to be in that flow, when you're working with manifesting things begin to line up for you, and the abundance comes back to you. That's just one example of some beautiful things that have happened when I allow myself to let go. So I just wanted to share that with you all. The best, most profound learning is from mistakes. Yes, it is. And that's how I had to look at it. Trump to send him light as a little boy. I did too, T-Bar. Oh, thanks, JJ. Yeah, yeah. There were many times when Trump did things that I just, I said, this man is hurting. He's hurting. He's in a lot of pain, driven by ego. And at times, it was difficult to do, but I would just send him love because there's a lot of people that's just what they need. They need more love. They need more light in their life. And it's especially us, all of us as a spiritual community. I feel that it's our job to really kind of step in and to share that light with others, regardless of how they make us feel. But doesn't mean that you have to stand there and take stuff from people. Absolutely not. Okay. I am going to leave you all with a message for the weekend. And I'm going to use my moon cards again, since it's a full moon. I love working with the moons, the full moon and the new moon. Feels really good to be able to release, especially for the full moon. I love to take my spiritual bath, my full moon bath of just soaking and releasing. That's a wonderful thing to do as well for yourself. Okay. Wow. Again, we got the full moon in Scorpio, releasing that negativity. So there we go. Full moon tomorrow, everyone. Release that negativity. Anything that you feel that you're holding on to that's not serving you, this is a great time to release, to do those full moon exercises I was referring to earlier. So happy releasing, happy healing. All right. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. I hope next Friday I'll have more energy for you. I will definitely be getting some rest this weekend. Thank you, and blessings to you all. Oh, great. Thank you, JJ. I hope you all have a fantastic Friday and a wonderful weekend. All right. Be safe. Thank you, A Lady. Thank you, T-Bar, Ronald.